Craig Damon's going to be sorely missed. This is one of my best friends since I moved here. This comes from a guy who's lost some heartbreakers to Craig Damon in district games that kept Denellen out of the playoffs. That's the thing about Craig Damon, is not only is Craig Damon so well liked by his players and the parents and the community of Spar and Citra and Anthony, Craig Damon is respected by other coaches around the county. Alex Castaneda said he's known Craig since high school. Craig's one of the best guys he's ever met. That's Alex Castaneda. One of the biggest rivalries Vanguard has after Forest is North Marion. The amazing thing about Craig Damon is, while he had rivalries on the football field, he is thought of and respected by almost every football coach in this county. He steps down today, last night, as North Marion head football coach. He'll be officially stepping down September 6th after the Vanguard game. The Vanguard game will be his last game as head coach at North Marion. Also last night in high school football, a sad story out of Boca Raton. Head referee Jerry Lohman, a 73-year-old resident of Belglade, fell during a timeout towards the end of the circuit quarter of the Olympic Heights Wellington Kickoff Classic. Immediately, a group of trainers and assistant coaches led by former firefighter and Wellington assistant coach Al LeMay rushed to where he had collapsed. He was not breathing, no pulse. They did resuscitate him using CPR. He was taken to the local West Boca Raton Medical Center. Unfortunately, he passed away later that evening at West Boca Medical Center. So last night, tragedy at a kickoff classic as Jerry Lohman, a longtime high school referee, collapses and dies from an apparent heart attack during the Wellington Olympic Heights kickoff classic. Sad story out of South Florida, JJ.
Yeah, not something you expect going to a Friday night football game for sure. Aren't these pretty much volunteers? Or how much?
No, they get paid.
They get paid?
Yeah, you get paid pretty good to be a high school football referee.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you get paid pretty good.
Sign me up.
When I did it in Georgia, we got paid $110 a game.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what they pay in Florida, but we got $110 a game. Unless you were running the clock, and then you only got 75.
That would be me.
The clock's the easiest job in the world. All you got to do is pay attention to the head referee and watch when he stops the clock, watch when he winds the clock. Pretty good. It's a pretty easy job. Now I got probably clock operators all over going, easy.
I know. I see them screw up enough times in the NFL and college. They make it look not that easy sometimes.
Our condolences out to the Lohman family as 73-year-old Jerry Lohman collapses last night at the high school classic and passes away.
Strange night in Florida.
It was strange. Craig Damon stepping down it.
Very odd timing.
It's very awkward. And to announce it after the classic with your first game next week against Forest, which, by the way, we will be carrying here next Friday night, 7 o'clock, Tom James and myself on the call from Forest High School as the Forest Wildcats host the North Marion Colts in the next to last game of Craig Damon's high school coaching career. I think choosing to go out September 6th, he's going to give the Marion County faithful the Forest Vanguard 1-2 before
he's just going to beat the brakes up both of them. The Vanguard game's going to be good.
The Vanguard game's going to be very, very good. Alex
Forest.
Castaneda, he's not going to, say, well, it's Craig's swan song. Alex Castaneda is going to go out and try to beat North Marion because that's what Vanguard does. Forest, I think, I don't even think they have a puncher's chance against North Marion.
Josh said yesterday 5 seniors. Explain to me how that happens at school with multiple thousand people, That's insane. Seniors. Nobody wants to play football there?
Well, it's a new coaching regime. Some players probably transferred because maybe Craig Damon could go to Florida State High School Athletic Association and do something about all
Change the rules.
All these kids transferring like they do. Maybe he can help us with that.
You should be proud to be a Wildcat, kids.
Last night, speaking of Vanguard and Forest, they played in the Classic. How'd that go for the Forest Wildcats, JJ?
They lost 27-7 in only 2 quarters. So
So if you did the math
Not
there,
their best game.
they would have lost. If you add 2 more quarters at that same score, it would have been 54-14, which is, by the way, much better than the Vanguard Forest game that ended last season. Because wasn't that 53-0?
Adam Robles had a pretty good game, which seems like he's going to do a lot this season.
Adam Robles is a
Stud.
quality arm. The kid reads defense as well. He's got good footwork and got a strong throwing arm. The fact that I've talked with some recruiting gurus, Derek Tyson of ESPN Gator Nation to be one of them, and Robles still isn't on anybody's radar because he didn't go to a lot of the big name camps and everything. So
That's where it's at.
that's how you get noticed these
Yeah.
days. So, but if
Like in
Robles-
basketball, it's not so much always your high school playing. AAU, those
your summer
different
league
types
games.
of summer leagues, right.
but
Like baseball players in high school, they have all these different showcases and stuff like that. Robles, get out there, man.
I think if Robles has a good season, they'll find him
For sure.
because he's got a big time arm. So, well, JJ, real quick before we go to break, give us the other headlines of the evening from last night.
Well, mostly it was high school football around here. There was some baseball, local baseball. The Yankees came to town, and they lost. Archer got another win. I believe that takes them into a tie. Let's see. Yes, they are now tied with the Red Sox after last night, who lost. So, very important series. Started out very good for them. Longoria went deep. I think Joyce went deep last night. Back-to-back. Yeah, Matt Joyce and Evan Longoria went back-to-back. Buddy's guy Lobaton homered to right, scored 3 runs. Zobrist homer. So just an all-around good game. A lot of home runs. Entertained the crowd made up of probably mostly Yankee fans.
Buddy Martin probably enjoyed it last night.
Yeah. I'm enjoying actually been watching a little bit of the Rays.
When we come back, we'll give you an update on what's going on at the Barclays up in New Jersey. And yeah, I'll tell you about a camera angle that they had yesterday that tells me these guys know what they're doing. I'll tell you about that next. Buddy Saturday Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Wowzers! July sales were unusually great and we weren't prepared for it. Now we need cars quick to restock our lot.
Hey, this is Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. I've cooked up a crazy idea that can help you stop driving a car you hate and help me get cars now.
It's a car bazaar. It's weird, wild, and worth the trip.
It's more fun than a flea market.
And there are more deals than a dollar store. So bring that old car you hate driving to our car bazaar.
Even if you owe way more than it's worth?
Yes, and get a lot more than appraised value.
Even if your credit is good or bad?
Yes, with our For the People credit approval process, we want to help you stop driving a car you hate today.
The bazaar ends after we've helped 37 people find a car they love. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige!
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The less we say at work, the more we enable others to define our role at the company. That could kill your chances of ever getting a promotion or raise. Even if you never touch a salt shaker, the majority of the sodium in our diet comes from packaged and processed foods. The worst culprit? Bread and rolls. Music engages one of the few parts of the brain that stays active once dementia sets in. And familiar music can help people with dementia feel more at home.
On the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Stay ahead of the storm. Stay with your weather station, WOCA, News Talk 1370.
Girl, your love for me is all I need, and more than I can stand. Oh, well, babe, how can I explain all the things
We're back on Buddy Saturday Sports Page. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, along with JJ LaSalva. JJ, it's playoff time in golf. Does that really excite you?
No.
How dumb is that? Let's be honest. It's playoff time in golf. Now I write a golf column.
They have to have a reason, I guess, for you to watch after all the majors.
I write a golf column for Best Version Media. I cover golf for this radio station, this radio program. I go to a lot of different golf tournaments. And I understand why they did this. Once the PGA Championship was over, people started bailing.
For sure.
People weren't playing in tournaments. Or Tiger wasn't playing in tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay? But has this really helped Tiger play in tournaments? Because this week marks the 13th tournament he's played all year.
That's it.
That's it. Tiger's played in
won
13.
Like 4 of
this
them.
is just, no, he's won 5.
Damn.
Do you know that 10 times in his career he's won at least 5 tournaments in a year?
And he doesn't play that much.
No. Think of it. Let that settle on you.
Yeah, but none of them are important.
Let that settle on you a moment. 10 times in his career he's won 5 or more tournaments in the same year. Look, there's the Falcons. See, he knows.
Go Falcons.
MCYFL.
It's my boy Pacheco.
Or NFL. Go Falcons in the NFL. But Tiger Woods, that's like when people say, and Buddy and I have had this discussion numerous times, and if Tiger gets to 100 wins, but he doesn't catch Jack's total of 18 majors, can Tiger Woods still be thought of as the greatest golfer ever? And I think without a doubt the answer is yes. Jack Nicklaus had to beat Arnold Palmer, and he had to beat Johnny Miller, and he had to beat Lanny Watkins at times, and he had to beat Chichi Rodriguez at times.
You know why, as
Gary
an
Player
outsider,
at times.
like,
but he never had them all playing against him all at one time. He had 1 or 2 good golfers that he had to beat regularly. Tiger has, and I've heard the estimate say that there's 60 golfers that could win on any given Sunday. I think legitimately there are 20 golfers that are just as good as Tiger Woods now. There's 20 golfers.
I don't know about
Tiger's
that.
now, not 5 years ago. 5 years ago, there wasn't a better golfer breathing than Tiger Woods. But the mental part of Tiger Woods' game, the thing he did was he would intimidate you into losing. He's not intimidating people anymore. Matt Kuchar, there's no way he could get intimidated because he just doesn't take it that it's not that big a deal. Phil Mickelson, he's dealing with arthritis that cripples him. A guy staring at him in a red shirt and black pants on a Sunday, not that big a deal. Rory McIlroy, he's too young to be worried about somebody intimidating him. There are golfers. that now that Brent Snedeker, he's not intimidated by Tiger Woods. That's the thing that's what's missing from Tiger's game. Not only is he not making putts from 6 feet, but he no longer has that intensity that just cripples people and beats them. And Y Yang is to thank for that. Because Y Yang stared him down at the PGA Championship and showed you could beat Tiger Woods in a major shot for shot. And some of these golfers say, well, if Y Yang can do it, I know I'm a better golfer than Y Yang.
Don't have a better name than Y Yang.
No. It's hard
One of the best names on tour.
Hard pressed to have a better name than Y Yang.
As an outsider,
you know the
looking
best
in,
name in golf, though? Burn Hard Longer. It's the greatest name in golf.
Hard Longer?
Burn Hard Longer. It's the greatest name in golf.
Where's he from?
Germany.
Okay.
But let that sit with some of our listeners. Burn Hard Longer.
What I was about to say, as an outsider, when you talk about 100 tournaments, to me, as somebody who didn't grow up a golf fan, the majors are overrated to me, especially the ones that, besides the Masters, they all change courses. So they're never constantly playing on the same, like the U.S. Open's on a different course every year. So there's no consistency there. Okay, he won 100 tournaments. He just didn't happen to win one of these 4 or 18, however many it is.
18.
Big deal. It's 100 golf tournaments. He just didn't. He happened to not win at the correct week,
and he's won at all types of venues.
And basically, every time Tiger plays, all the big name golfers that would play in a major are playing anyways. So I don't know. It's overrated to me. The whole major thing. They're made up. Somebody who made up these majors.
Bobby Jones.
Okay.
Wait. Don't say okay. Bobby Jones to the golf world
is God. I'm sure. But I'm just saying.
He is the equal to Vince Lombardi. Maybe even bigger than Vince Lombardi is to football. Bobby Jones is hallowed. He's more important in my estimation than old Tom Morris. And old Tom Morris created the modern game.
So
but
you're just
entirely
picked
correct.
Out these 4 tournaments.
You're entirely correct. When Tiger Woods plays in a tournament,
everybody
Phil
plays.
and Rory and Lee and Ian Poulter and Matt Kuchar and Brent Snedeker, they're all playing in that tournament as well.
For sure.
Tiger's not playing the John Deere Classic with Zach Johnson.
That's it.
Okay?
Zach Johnson constantly plays in that, by the way. That's his go-to.
That's his go-to because he's from Quad Cities and that's where it's at. That's his hometown. But you're entirely correct. People say, oh, Tiger failed to win the PGA. Yeah, but the week before he waxed everybody.
Yeah. Nobody cares, though.
And it's the same
That's
group
what I don't
of kids.
get about golf.
It's the same group of kids he beat the brakes off of the week before.
And he won by a million strokes.
To me, there are 2 majors that matter. Then one major that just because it is where it is, because it's where golf was invented.
But yeah, the U.S. Open and the Masters.
Those 2 are the only majors that really matter, in my estimation. The PGA Championship's a joke.
Like, okay, the TPC at Sawgrass, you play at the same place every single year.
Every single year.
It's got the most money.
$9.5 million prize.
So
the most money of any tournament on tour.
But, Tiger won that this year. Who cares? Who cares? Nothing.
Well, that goes back to
Jack's record.
That goes back to me saying.
I don't care. I don't buy that.
That goes back to me saying, if you want to name a major, get rid of the PGA Championship and make the Players the 4th major.
I just think that the amount of wins he has is more important to me than 18 or 19
If he
majors.
gets to triple digits.
Right? Who wins 100 golf tournaments?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Okay, let's clear that up. If Tiger gets to 100, and there's no guarantee he gets to 100, but if he gets to 100.
He's in the 80s right now, right? Or a high 70s.
Yeah, I think he's 79. I think he's won 79 tournaments. And he said himself, now he's starting to, I heard an interview with him, and this is my problem with Tiger, is all his career, what's Tiger said the only thing that mattered?
Majors. Now
Majors.
he's like.
Now he's like. I heard an interview with him this week at the Barclays where he was
79.
like. He was like, I start looking at those 79 wins, and I think
he's being like, everybody, look.
He's like,
I might not catch Jack, but check out what I'm doing.
But you know what I really think is great, and this is where I got the stat from. He said, the stat that I really think is most important, and the one I'm most proud of, is that for 10 years, in 10 years of my career, I've won at least 5 golf tournaments in the same year. I was like, whoa. This is a guy who said the most important thing to him was majors. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, the most important thing to him is he's won 5 golf tournaments in 10 years of his career. 5 tournaments a year.
At least he can look at the positive of what he's doing instead of everybody else, he's not winning majors, whatever.
Here's the thing. He's not winning majors. Is there anybody out there? Somebody said, Tiger may not be golfer of the year. What?
Yeah.
He's won 5 golf tournaments. He's leading the FedEx Cup in points. That's the thing. He's played in 12 tournaments out of a possible 24, 25 tournaments. And he has more points than anybody else in the FedEx Cup.
He's got 79 wins, all right? Sam Snead has 82.
Right. He's going to pass Sam Snead.
Jack has 73. And, oh, man, this is crazy. The next modern golfer on here, or current, is Phil. How many wins do you think Phil has?
Phil has 31.
40.
Well, I knew it was somewhere. So you go from 73 to Jack to 40.
No.
Well, I know Arnold Palmer and them are in there, but I mean.
Arnold Palmer, Byron Nelson, Billy Casper, Walter Hagen, and then Phil.
Right, but let's think of this.
Kerry Middlecroft.
You got Tiger Woods at 79. You got Tiger Woods at 79. The next golfer on the active roster,
40.
39 tournaments less. If he gets to 100, in my opinion, he's the greatest golfer ever to play the game.
True that.
Buddy Martin will argue till the sun sets on the world that I'm wrong.
Oh, I know he hates this. But he's not here this morning. 100, man, 100. Like, that's
you get
so
the triple
much.
digits in golf. And he's only playing 12, 14 tournaments a year. That's the thing. I would like to see the stat of how many tournaments he's entered. That's what I want to see.
Compared to winning.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
We could do that.
Figure that out. We'll try to get that sometime today. But coming up next, we're going to take a break. Coming up next, North Marion High School coach Craig Damon announced his resignation last night. We'll talk to him about that right here on the Buddy Saturday Sports page next, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. I want to tell you about a conversation I had recently with General Manager Pat Murray on the great family atmosphere at Country Club of Ocala.
It's a family-first club. Again, we have any number of different types of memberships, but obviously the one that attracts the greatest level of interest is our family. And the reason for that is we have a little bit of something for everybody. I mean, we obviously have a world-class golf course. We have 7 tennis courts here for all levels of tennis players. We have a junior Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a fitness center that's second to none, and we have state-of-the-art equipment in our fitness center.
Country Club of Ocala, where the facilities are all a family would ever need. For more information, call today at 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of Monday's Gator Report and Gator Talk Thursday right here on The Source. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine, featuring local businesses and issues and written by local volunteers. Lady Lake Magazine has become a must-read in Marion, Lake, and Sumter counties, audited by Circulation Verification Council and serving the area for 23 years. Plus, Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. All we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 352-804-1223 and pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
WOCA, Ocala.
That's what you got to do it, darling. I can't get enough of your love, baby. Girl, I don't know why. I can't get enough of your love, baby. Oh, no, baby.
We're back. Buddy Saturday Sports Page trying to get a hold of North Marion coach Craig Damon. Craig Damon announced that he's stepping down as North Marion High School football coach last night. He said it after the Classic, the win over Lake Weir. North Marion beat Lake Weir last night. And then after the game, Craig Damon, at midfield with his team surrounding him, announced that he is stepping down as the head football coach at North Marion High School. He's taking an athletic director position with the Florida High School Athletic Association. Shocking news here to the high school football landscape of Marion County. Craig Damon, 13 years at North Marion, 13 years in the playoffs at North Marion, 10 years as a district champion at North Marion. And he steps down last night as coach of North Marion. We're efforting to get Coach Damon on the radio this morning. JJ, are we having technical difficulties? Coach Damon not picking up. I'll text him, tell him we're calling him. So, JJ, what's going on while we're trying to get Coach Damon on the phone? What's going on? We don't have Coach Damon? Okay, just talk. So he's efforting to try to get to Coach Damon. So I'll tell you about the leaderboard at the Barclays. Tiger Woods 6 under, Matt Kuchar 11 under, Webb Simpson at 9 under, Ricky Fowler at 7 under, and a host of others at 6 under, including Tiger Woods. Now I think we do have Coach Craig Damon, North Marion High School coach. Coach, good morning. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
I'm a little shocked, Coach. I'm going to be honest with you. You and I've done quite a bit of work together. We just did media days here recently, the fine event you put together. I was looking forward to opening the season with North Marion Forest High School next week. And lo and behold, I'm at dinner last night, and I get a text message that Craig Damon has resigned as head coach of North Marion High School. Take me through that, Coach. What was last night like?
Very, very emotional. Probably one of the hardest things I've had to do, was to tell the kids after the game.
Now you're taking a position of your athletic director at Florida High School Athletic Association. Is that correct?
Yeah, director of athletics. Mm-hmm.
Director of athletics. So does that mean that maybe we'll get some movement? Maybe you'll put a stop to all this kids transferring schools in the middle of the year and everything?
I'm just going to go in and do my best and try to do what's best for kids in the state of Florida.
Now, Coach, the obvious question is the timing of the announcement. It seems a little awkward with the beginning of the season coming up and everything. Can you take me through the timing of the announcement?
About 2 weeks ago, I was, inner training was just online checking to see if what was coming up that was due for, from the Florida High School Athletic Association as far as forms and different things that we have to turn in. And when I pulled up on the screen, the first thing I saw was the position that was open, Director of Athletics, and just clicked on it out of curiosity because I wasn't sure what the qualifications were for it, but it's something that about 10 years ago, when I got involved with Florida High School Athletic Association on the advisory committee and meeting some of the folks up there and talking to them, I always thought there'd be something I want to do, at some point in time in my career once football was over with, and looked at the qualifications and saw that I, met the qualifications and talked to my wife and my kids about it, and they were excited for me to at least entertain the possibility of doing something different, a different challenge, and submitted a resume and was one of 5 that were interviewed, and for last Thursday interviewed, and thought we'd hear something about Monday, but they ended up delaying it a little bit until I actually got a call Thursday afternoon about 3 o'clock. Offered me the job, and it was just crazy. It was something I wanted to do, and you always tell the kids about not being complacent and setting goals, and taking steps to reach your goals, and always working, trying to be a little bit better, and trying to get to a bigger scale. And the opportunity presented itself, and those jobs up there very seldom come open, and I just couldn't pass it up. I love Marion County, love North Marion High School. All have been great to me during my career here, but the opportunity to be able to help and impact people on the state level, it was just something I couldn't pass up.
Well, now, Coach, I've had some interactions with you. I know you know your thought process with how you deal with kids. To you, football at one time in your career was the wins and losses were very important, but as you've become more mature as a coach and more involved with kids, football is just a part and parcel to getting ready for life that's what you've told your kids. Football isn't the be all end all. It's a avenue for you to prepare yourself for life. And so are you saying that this is teaching that lesson that you told the kids, you practicing what you preach, that you told?
Price what I preach. And I'm always telling them to, again, to set goals and do things to help reach those goals. Like I said, one of my goals a few years ago was to get in administration. Well, in order to do that, I had to, earn my master's degree. Did that. Got educational leadership certified, with the state of Florida. So things are already in place. Actually, probably since spring of last year, and just waiting on the right opportunity, and this opportunity came along, and like I said, it's me showing the kids that not only do I preach, and tell them that, but I'm also doing the things I tell them that they need to do as well.
Now, have you, or as athletic director, because you're stepping down as athletic director at North Marion too, have you or the principal named an interim head coach yet?
Yes, Matt Johnson, longtime assistant of mine, actually a guy I coached from the community. He's going to step in as interim head coach. Now, Matt's
he's your defensive coordinator, and he's going to take over as head coach?
Yes.
Now, I know that the headaches that present a head coach when he has those headsets on and everything, I'm sure you won't miss the headaches of football, but you think you're going to miss the interaction with kids, or you think you just, because you're going to the state level, you're going to increase your interaction statewide instead of just Marion County-wide?
I'm going to miss the Marion County interaction with kids, not just the kids in North Marion, but the kids at all the schools in the county, coaches in the county. Like I said, I have a great relationship with all the coaches in the county and kids at all the various schools. Yes, I'll miss that part of it, but, my Friday nights will be free now where I can go and watch a game and talk to, players, coaches after the game. So I'll still get that interaction with it. But like I said, you said it best when now it's on a state level where there's a whole lot more schools and kids involved. And hopefully I can continue doing the things and building the relationships that I've built, and some of those relationships will pay off for me, in the job that I'll be doing.
Well, I saw a quote from Frank Beasley in the story today on Ocala.com. Frank Beasley, for people that don't know, he's the head coach at Denellen High School, which is a district opponent of yours, and you've dealt him some heartbreaking losses in district play to keep Danella out of the playoffs a couple times. And he, even though you have been rivals on the field, he said that you were one of his best friends since he moved to this area and that you'll be sorely missed. What's that say when other coaches like Frank Beasley and Alex Castaneda pay you such good respect after coaching against you on the field?
Very, very humbling, very moving. Yeah, that's part of the emotional part of it, not just with my kids and, the North Marion community, but with other coaches in the county because we have such great relationships. They definitely be missed, and I'll stay on the phone with them, and maybe now I'll be in a position where I can help them a little bit more. With Frank Beasley, we kidded each other and said that we wish we had control over how our districts were assigned, so that we wouldn't be in the same district or in the same classification, so that game wouldn't decide who goes to the playoffs or maybe who doesn't get a chance to go. And hopefully now, if I in that position up there, maybe we won't be in the same districts or same classification.
Well, now, what exactly because I really don't know, what is Director of Athletics? What does that entail at Florida High School Athletic Association?
I'll work on the athletic side where Justin Harrison will be my direct supervisor. Basically, I'll be assigned probably 2 sports, maybe one in the fall, one in the spring, and I will do everything with that sport for the state of Florida. As far as setting up and arranging and making all accommodations for the state series and keeping track of pretty much that sport from the beginning of the season to the end of the season.
Well, Coach, if they assign you football, if you could do something about these districts so that I won't name any teams, but where certain teams aren't, have to play district games, they're not assured that they're in the playoffs before they ever kick a ball off. Boy, I'd be happy with that as a high school football fan, I'll tell you that. Not that I'm going to mention any team names,
Yep.
So, Coach, much well wishes to you. You are a pillar in the Marion County community, and for people who don't know, you're not going to leave the Marion County community. You're just going to have a little commute to Gainesville. Is that correct?
Yep. My office will be about 26 miles north now. Where it's at now.
So we'll still see you around Marion County, and you'll still be active in the community.
And still be very active and doing the things that I've always done.
Well, Craig, I'm going to miss you on Friday nights when I'm out there calling football games. So I'm going to have the luck of being able to have you for the first 2 games of the season as we open with Forest and North Marion, and then the second game of the season is Vanguard North Marion that we'll be covering on the radio. So at least I get you for the last 2 games of your coaching career. I feel humbled that I'll be a part of a storied career as it comes to an end. I thank you so much for what you've done for Marion County High School football, and I'm sure that you'll do the same, if not a better job on the state level.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Craig.
You're welcome.
Craig Damon, high school football coach at North Marion. JJ said the timing was just he looked on the internet, saw job availability, put his resume in, and they hired him.
Money's calling.
and he's always wanted to do
guarantee
that job.
The pay's a lot better, for sure.
I guarantee it's a state level job, and he said that's what he preaches to his kids, that football is just a stepping stone in life. And that's exactly what he's done. He's used football, and now he's going to the state level where he can impact maybe, I'm not mentioning any names, Trinity Catholic, but maybe he can change some districts where people actually have to play some football games that mean something before they make the playoffs.
The transfer situation should be taken care of as well.
The transfer situation is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So there you have it. Craig Damon, great football coach, great pillar of the community here in Marion County. Will be sorely missed on the sidelines on Friday nights, but looks like he's going to do bigger and better things for the state of Florida as a whole in high school athletics. So
Friday nights are going to be weird for him.
They are going to be weird. You know what, though? I know coaches that have coached a long time, and then on Friday nights, they go sit in stands and watch games and have a whole different perspective than they ever had while they were on the sideline. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little NFL football and college football. It's time. Last night with the high school classics, that means football is here. The first college game is less than a week away.
Miami's first game's on Friday.
Less than a week away. Miami plays less than a week away. Florida plays in about a week and 4 hours. No, about a week and 2 hours.
I'm excited.
And North Carolina, South Carolina tease it up
Thursday night.
Next Thursday night. Football is here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about it next on Buddy Saturday Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, this is Lisa Midget, owner of Kinetic Motion Fitness here in Ocala, Florida. A lot of you have experienced our great classes in personal and small group training, but did you know we now offer dynamic workouts on DVD? These high-quality, locally produced, effective DVD workouts can go where you go. Going on vacation? No problem. We can go with you. Friends and relatives out of town who are jealous that you get to come to KMF? No problem. We ship anywhere in the United States for free. Our great lineup of 4 DVDs includes Kinetic Achieve, Kinetic Couples, Kinetic Core, and Kinetic Campus. 4 great workouts for the entire family on DVD. Sound interesting? Check them out on our website at kmfocala.com. While you're there, check out our class schedule and come see us. We're only 5 minutes from downtown across from the Skylark Plaza. Visit kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. KMF will get you results at our studio or at home with one of our DVDs. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are. Visit kmfocala.com for more information.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to Dairy Queen for a great new meal. Dairy Queen's now serving 3 different $5 meals. Hot dogs with chili, cheese, slaw, whatever. Quarter pound with cheese loaded up any way you like it. Solid filet chicken tenders. And each meal comes with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $5. You got that right. Nobody beats that deal. A great value and a great meal. So come on down to Dairy Queen at Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA.
Carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks, if you're all alone, can he take you home? You must
Buddy Saturday Sports Page. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. JJ LaSalva joining me. Time to put on the pads, strap it on. Time to get ready for football. High school classics kicked off last night. High school kicks off their regular season next Friday night. University of Miami kicks off its season next Friday night. Florida kicks off on Saturday. Florida State the following Monday. But the head ball coach gets it all started against North Carolina on Thursday. But still, the news of the day, Craig Damon, high school coach at North Marion High School, a pillar in this community, stepping down as high school coach to become Director of Athletics for the Florida High School Athletic Association. We're joined now on the phone by the man who his name is on this show and knows a thing or two about football because that's what he's covered for most of his career. Buddy Martin. Buddy, how are you this Saturday morning?
Tom, I'm great. Just want to say nice job on the interview with Craig Damon. Congratulations to Craig. I think it's a great story. I just go back in the day of all the way back to Floyd Lay. used to run the Florida High School Activities Association, and all now that torch being handed off to someone, one of our own, Craig Damon, who's not only a great football coach, but has done great jobs here with Media Day. He's driving force behind that. Give high school football its due. So congratulations there. Real quick, I just want to ask the question. Allowed to be back on the show now next Saturday when I headed up to Gainesville for the opening game. And am I allowed back on the show, or is that I'm banned or what?
Last time I checked, it's Buddy's Saturday Sports page.
Oh,
I'm just
did
the
JJ
host.
okay?
So JJ said,
did JJ approve it?
Well, we decided when you said you wanted to call in today, I said, well, he signs the checks. He can do whatever he wants. So.
Yeah, I'll be checking in with you next week. Heading up to the game with Toledo against Toledo, and going back to the press box as football season starts. And I'm happy. I can't wait. And starting, like you say, with Thursday night, the old ball coach. And by the way, that game Monday night will be heard right here on our station, correct?
That's right. Next Monday night, Florida State will be right here on the airwaves of WOCA. They're playing at Pittsburgh. Opening game for the Florida State Seminoles will be broadcast right here from the studios of WOCA.
And I heard the rumor that JJ may have a pick six contest going by then, and we may even have some kind of party at at Gateway Bank with Ron Zook on Friday and Football Friday. So let's see if we can tie all those loose ends together and make it happen next week.
Well, I've been talking to some people. I'm starting to get some prize packages together for that pick six. So looks like it's going to be another successful year of football on the Voice of Ocala and Buddy Sports page and his Saturday Sports page.
And Friday night.
I forget who won that contest last year. I don't remember in one of our picks. Was that?
I don't. JJ.
Joe Williams.
Joe Williams, I think, won. Joe Williams.
Listen, a blind hog finds an acorn. I guarantee you it won't be me this year. So, all right, guys, good show. Nice job on the interview. I'll talk to you Monday.
Thanks, buddy. Buddy Martin right there. Host of the Voice of Ocala and Buddy Sports page. 5 days a week right here on the airwaves at WOCA. JJ, it's football time. That means one question. And only one question. You as a Miami fan have no illusions of Miami winning the national championship.
No.
I as a Florida fan have no illusions of Florida winning the national championship.
It feels almost more comfortable being a Miami fan now than it was probably like 6 or 7 years ago when a loss really was like the end of the world.
End of the season.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, we're going to lose 5 more times.
Yeah. I have no
big deal.
I have no illusions that Georgia Southern will win a national championship this year because they can't even play for the national championship this year as they're moving to 1A next year.
Can they not play for either one?
Nope, not next.
So
not
they're
this
stuck
year.
in the middle.
They're in their last year 1AA, them and Appalachian State both. So cannot qualify for the playoffs because they've already started recruiting 1A talent.
And can't qualify for BCS.
Cannot qualify for the BCS either because they're still a 1AA school. That's the thing. They're in limbo right now. So Georgia Southern could go undefeated, run the gamut. Thanks for playing. It was a nice season.
Ohio State.
Yeah, exactly. But the question that needs to be asked, Florida State, I don't think there's any chance they win a national championship.
They named their starting quarterback yesterday, by the way, finally.
Who'd they name?
Winston.
Of course.
Not a surprise at all.
No. 25
Coker, you don't have a chance.
25 to 1 to win the Heisman, according to Sports Illustrated. But my question still is, we've discussed Miami, Florida, and Florida State not having a chance to win a national title. Does anybody except Alabama have a chance to win a national title?
Yeah.
Can anybody,
Georgia,
dethrone the University of Alabama? Georgia, 6 yards away from beating Alabama in the SEC championship game last year.
I like Georgia to win the SEC this year.
Aaron Murray, quality guy. Only problem with it, Aaron Murray has a tendency to throw the ball to the wrong team in big games. Ohio State, undefeated last year. Urban Meyer's first year at Ohio State went undefeated.
They could easily go undefeated this year, too.
Can they go undefeated again this year and play in a national championship game? Do they have the horses to beat Alabama? You know a team that's going to go undefeated and has no shot at winning the national championship?
Louisville.
Charlie Strong's Louisville Cardinals, I think, will go undefeated and have no shot at playing for a national title. Give me that Louisville schedule, JJ. I know you got it right there in front of you. Give me the Louisville schedule.
Okay. And I don't think Louisville is going to go undefeated. Last year, they weren't even that great. We went over this a couple weeks ago. All right.
Listen to the schedule for the Louisville Cardinal.
Ohio, Eastern Kentucky, FIU, Temple, Rutgers, UCF, USF, UConn, Houston, Memphis, Cincy.
Is that an NCAA basketball schedule?
If it was, they'd have a hard schedule.
That's a hard schedule. I didn't realize Louisville played that hard of a basketball schedule. Louisville's a basketball school. You know what?
Kentucky's on here.
They're not making the big dance with that schedule.
Cincy's on here. Memphis on here.
UConn's
Great basketball
on there.
schools.
Louisville's playing a basketball schedule.
They're gonna be favored in every single game.
Every single game.
But I don't think they're gonna necessarily win every single game.
They almost lost to Cincinnati last year.
They almost lost to a lot of schools.
They almost lost to UConn last year.
FIU, Southern Miss, Rutgers. They did lose badly to Syracuse, and they lost to Connecticut. Teddy Bridgewater, people are in love with him. I don't buy it. He's, that athletic quarterback that everybody loves.
Can Louisville go undefeated and Teddy Bridgewater win the Heisman?
Yeah.
You think against that schedule, Teddy Bridgewater can win the Heisman?
Well, he'd have to throw like 400 yards a game, which he could easily do.
I think Teddy Bridgewater has about as much chance as Johnny Manziel to win the Heisman.
Listen, it all depends on who else is. Last year there was nobody else that could have won the Heisman. He didn't. Manziel had no competition whatsoever. It could be like that this year. Everybody else just kind of falls to the wayside. Their team starts losing some games. That could happen. Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, my prediction for the SEC this year is the Georgia Bulldogs will win the SEC.
SEC national title.
I think Mark Richt gets them into the national title game.
Former Hurricane.
I think the SEC wins another national title. I think the dominance continues, but it's a different SEC team. It's the University of Georgia this time. Are you kidding me, Ryan Braun? You want to come out and make this heartfelt apology? I'm so saddened by what I did. I let my teammates down. I thought I could get through. Shut up. You cheated. You got caught when you thought you wouldn't get caught. And now you think if you do the Andy Pettit and apologize, everybody's going to say, it's okay. It's not okay. Andy Pettit got caught 5 years ago. It's a different ball game now. It's a different thought process.